Our culture is connected to our language, and we could absolutely see, well, Natalia could absolutely see a need across Pacific communities for whānau to connect their tamariki back to their language.
It was a dream that we had over 10 years ago, working with very vulnerable communities. I found there was a lot of children left at home with grandparents. I met this beautiful lady filled with passion. She had her first child and I was her Plunket nurse, and this is where Pasifika Beatz was developed.
We wanted to create something to fulfil that gap, making a cultural resource that would cover a range of cultures, as many as we could.
It was so cool. I've never heard any of these languages before. I was really happy just to remember who we are.
The cornerstone of the civic wellbeing approach is thriving Pasifika languages, cultures and identities. Because that's one of the traditional ways of passing on that oral history, is through songs.
This sort of an event where you have a multitude of Pacific cultures, languages represented, this is such an exciting platform to be able to share. So how can we get our tamariki using these 10 Pacific languages, getting our kaiako to be using them in our primary school?
Some of the songs, because they're traditional songs, we didn't even have music. So the translator would just be like, oh, here, it sounds like this. And she'll quickly sing it. And it was just back and forth constantly until we had it. But,
I think because we were so passionate about this, that's what drove us to do it.
We wanted there to be something for everybody.
We wanted to include the smaller islands that don't get highlighted, so Rotuman.
So if you have no Rotuman and you've never even heard of it, we want you to be able to take, say, Old MacDonald and learn 4 animals, or be Rotuman and be like, oh, I hear that, that's my language, I love that.
In the same way as we're talking about connecting to that cultural identity for our tamariki, as an organisation we want to reconnect back into that too.
And the dream was to do this right and take it to the whole nation, and they're definitely doing it today.